Sie hat Buben gehasst.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in to another awful movie review.
What up, biatch?
It's not often that I tackle a foreign film on this channel, but this week we're taking a look at an Austrian horror thriller called Angst, also known as Schizophrenia or Fear, inspired by the real-life heinous crimes of serial killer Werner Kniesek.
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Word on the streets is that Angst is an intense cult classic to make your heart pound. Well, it just shows that some people will bow down and kneel in front of just any sort of crap that's thrown at them, because if there's someone who's not going to give this movie any praise, any approval, it's me, and you can count on that.
Oh man. Oh god, oh man.
But just before I chop this film up into little pieces, if there's a bad movie you'd like me to review, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let me know your thoughts and feelings on Angst.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia. Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
In this demented storm of a picture, we follow a profoundly disturbed man, only known as K the Psychopath. He gets out of prison, finishing off a 10-year sentence after attempting to stab his mother to death when he was a teenager and shooting an old lady for no apparent reason. Since the judicial system over there works wonders, they release a very dangerous criminal whose master plan is to torture a family right after he gets out. And he does just that. He terrorizes an isolated household inside a desolate farmhouse. Well, whoopsie daisies. Unbelievable that this guy was considered mentally competent to stand trial in the first place, although when you've got a psychiatrist with that kind of hair, it doesn't surprise me. I will give credit where credit is due. Irvin Leder from the movie Das Boot gives a decent performance as our main character, although he's limited with the material he's got to work with. A lot of the time he's seen lumbering around, making weird faces, and falling all over the place. It's tremendously cringe and annoying.
Fuck that shit.
But yeah, apart from Leder's role, I don't see why most people get so jazzed up when they watch this. There are a million different serial killer films out there which are much scarier, much more introspective, and are way better than Angst.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
This feels like the cheap store brand when it comes to that specific subgenre of serial killer horror. For an 86-minute motion picture, it feels easily twice as long, because a good portion of the runtime consists of Kay talking to us about his sick, twisted fantasies, him walking from one spot to another, him walking, running, more running. He's a fit killer, that's for sure. It's funny how Leder narrates every thought in his head. There's almost no spoken dialogue between characters, which is an interesting concept. The whole film tries to be more profound and dive into the complex psychology of our antagonist, explaining the reasons why he's doing these atrocious things, which is a very noble attempt, although to a certain extent. We understand from the very start that this guy is fucked in the head, but the movie seems to be unsure of that, and tries to shove it down our throats as hard as they can. For example, we get all of Kay's sad and twisted childhood in the style of a documentary at the beginning, so we know all the lore surrounding this individual, there's no question about it. But when Kay arrives at the house, and starts torturing these poor people, the narration starts all over again and explains why he's committing these crimes, but we know. The story is trying too hard to justify the guy's action. They're like, do you get it now? Do you understand? Can we move on now? The rest of the cast is pretty stale, and can't even be bothered to phone in a suitable performance. These people are trapped inside their own house and held back by a sadistic murderer, and yet they don't express any sense of panic and dread that should be coming out of any normal human being in this sort of situation. They barely even scream.
Oh no. Anyway.
Which makes it inauthentic and unengaging. And man, they keep playing that same high-pitched drum machine music all the time, and it sounds out of place and just plain disgusting. Overall, there's not a lot else I have to say about Angst. The main issue I have against this movie is basically that it doesn't take full advantage of the material it has, and that's very frustrating.
Doesn't make any sense. Too bad.
Seldom have I ever seen a flick inspired by real events which does something less interesting than the actual story. So if you're looking for a horror serial killer movie, don't watch this one. What an awful movie.
Ich habe sie fertig